Hello guys, it's me, Traian, Fractalon, and today I decide to do uh, one more video for you. Yesterday I was a little magnetized, so I ask you to be patient with me. And I don't speak English, but I will try to do it in English this time. I'm very happy and I do this video for you. I don't lie to you. I try to love you, to make you love me. Yesterday, uh, Sabine Ossenfelder gave me a big, uh, a big heart like that for one comment in YouTube. And after 3 months, when I tried to take her attention, now I'm very, very happy. Why? Because I really want her to become the commander of Fractalon's army. I have my reason. I see all her video, and I think she is the only person I know, real and in YouTube is not important. The only person to understand the theory and to take the theory like a baby child, to present and to defend the theory in front of all physicists. The theory has a father, but for a moment the theory don't have a mother. And I think with all his connaissance, all his knowledge in physics and his experience between people to explain, to change, she can be the mother of this theory. So let's start it. I'm ready if you are ready, and I try to concentrate to understand something. So for 10 minutes I ask you to forget all the physics you know. I know you are all very, very strong in physics, but for 10 minutes, only for 10 minutes, I hope you will forget all the physics you know. You keep only logic. And after that, after 10, 20 minutes, you can use all the physics you know to think if it's possible to translate all the actual physics in the new physics of Fractalon. I cannot do all the job. I'm already very, very tired. I tried a lot. My family, my wife is angry on me. I lose a lot of time with this thing. I'm not a YouTuber. I never speak. I'm a doctor. I'm not a physicist. I'm not a YouTuber. I never speak in front of people. But I hope the warriors in the army of Fractalon will come and will help me, because I'm lonely and I'm tired. I try to love you, and I hope you will love me in return like a man. So let's start it. If you want to see my face, I will let the mirror like that. So for 10 minutes, imagine you are in space and you see, if you turn a ball in space or something, in Zabenikov effect, It's not important if you change the direction of rotation. So you can turn it. He will change the two poles, the position of two poles, but the moment is conserved. So for start, imagine an empty universe, like a pool, like a giant pool, like an infinite pool. And you start to fill this universe with object, with balls. Why? Because for me, all the energy of universe is only two types, or rotation or translation. So if you will put and we have one or more particles in universe, and we will start with this premise. One or more particle in universe and only translation or rotation energy. If you put aleatory, you fill this universe with we start with one single particle, not with 2, 3, 4, to only to see what we obtain. And if we start to fill this universe with particle in movement, translation, rotation, the direction is not important. When you put enough balls to have a perfect cubic structure, only because the equatorial contact of all the balls, they will self-arrange in the perfect cubic structure. So all the translation energy will be transformed in rotation energy. They self-arrange to have to share the space and to keep the movement, the moment, the energy, what do you want. They will self-arrange in a perfect cubic structure. And this is very, very important. Why? Because in this perfect cubic structure, the magnets simulate. Sabine Ossenfelder do a video yesterday, or I don't know, this week. The magnets, they self-arrange because the two poles, because the electrons turning in opposite direction, and will simulate this perfect cubic structure. They self-arrange always in this perfect cubic structure. And in this moment, you have a perfect cubic structure with half of balls rotating in one direction and half of balls rotating in other direction. You see? We have columns of balls rotating in one direction, the green and the blue one in other directions. So every ball in universe will have two pole neighbor rotating in same direction with her, and 4 neighbors rotating in opposite direction. And this is very, very important. Why? Because in this moment, we can consider all the energy of universe is only rotation energy of these balls. And when you will put one single more ball in this cubic structure, why? Because in the cubic structure you have a lot of space. You see, in a cubic structure you have a lot of space. You can compress this cubic structure. If you see, it's a lot of space. In a cubic structure you always have a lot of space. And when you will put another ball, because you have a lot of space until the hexagonal structure, like that, when they touch in 3, and if you see, we'll have 7 around, and these 7 around, I call a hexagon. This is pentagon only because it's in a ball. And when you will have this supplementary additional ball, in this moment you can think all the structure will stop rotating, because 4 we have here 1, 2, in one direction and one to another direction. But here we'll have another. And so for do you see? Well, if we put one more ball in this cubic structure, this ball, when you will put, you see this, the structure was stuck by this ball. You will stack all the structure, or all the structure will continue rotating with a perturbation. And in fact, the entire universe he will not stop. He'll continue turning, but with a perturbation. And this perturbation, this changing of poles will turn the additional ball. He will turn like that. I call this movement double 8. He will turn like that periodically. This ball will change the poles, and he will change the plane of equator. So this ball will force all other balls to lose the equatorial contact. This one you'll see with a little point. It's equatorial contact, and all 8 new neighbors of this supplementary ball in the system will have a non-equatorial contact. And when you have 2 balls with non-equatorial contact, only to equivalent the distance, the speed of rotation will decrease. So we have 2 phenomena. One, deformation of the space, because to put one more ball in the cubic structure, the structure will be deformed. It's not space to put some touching the others, to put one more balls in the system. You put one more and you will see the structure is deformed. You see, they cannot touch together. But we have the space only if all the balls in the system around here in neighbor will participate to share the space, to lose periodically of the a part of the space, to share this space with the new one. I call this left, like communism, and I call the perfect cubic structure right, because everyone has his space and everyone don't touch the neighbor. Because they don't touch the neighbor, they don't transmit anything to the neighbors. We don't know he is here or he is here. So all the balls with neighbor in opposite direction, we will call them Higgs boson. It's not important we put another balls in the beginning. They are Higgs boson. We don't know they are there, but they start rotation energy. And every additional ball will call him a lepton. He can become an electron if he will get more translation energy. But it's not important for now. Important, will deform the structure, and the 4 neighbors of new one. This is Higgs boson in perfect cubic structure with neighbor rotating in opposite direction, and this one is the lepton. Here we have, in this case of us, you have 8 new neighbors, 4 in one direction, 4 in other. I will take this movement. You can see another video of my channel. So we'll deform, and he will lose the because the other's neighbor will lose the equatorial contact, and this loss of equatorial contact, it's a decreasing speed of rotation. And in this moment, in all system all around, you will feel a perturbation uh, by decreasing the rotation speed. You will feel a precession. Every ball will do a little thing like that, tick, 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 like earth precession. And this lateral movement is a conservation of momentum, of energy. A part of rotation energy will transform in translation energy. And this translation energy, like a precession, will go in the system. Every ball will feel that energy. So we'll have by concentric layers increasing speed, or vice versa, a decreasing speed by concentric layer toward the new one. This wave of created by precession of every ball, and all his neighbor will have an increasing speed, it's gravity. And it's always with the speed of light. The rotation speed of every balls in the system, or every Higgs boson in the system, give us the speed of transmitting a precession. You need one rotation to do one changing of equatorial pole. And for every rotation, we'll have a quanta of energy of translation going in the system. And this is the gravity. It's a transformation of initial rotation energy of all Higgs boson in translation energy. And never translation energy we can be highly than rotation energy, because for one translation you need one rotation. You see? For that, Einstein never the speed of light can be depassed. Never the speed of light can be, never a speed of something, a translation speed of something can be more than the speed of light, the speed of rotation, because to do a translation, you need a rotation. Imagine the fish in the ocean. It's same thing. The fish need to the water in the front of fish need to go in the back of fish, and this translation will do with a lot of rotation. So never the speed of fish can be more than the speed of rotation of molecules if the molecules are in like the gears in contact. It's same phenomenon here. We can never have a bigger speed than the speed of rotation of every Higgs boson, and this speed is the speed of light. And in the moment you have this movement in a Trasium 330 part, I don't know how we say, in the part 3 of my Fractalon theory, I explain the movement of lepton in the perfect cubic structure. So when we'll put here, we'll have two zones. One zone, I told you, with decreasing energy, but we have another zone when it's a separation between translation and rotation. And this is very, very important. This separation of translation and rotation is very, very important. Why? Because we create the electromagnetism. You see here, we have up and down two zones. This is the section in orbitals. We'll have two zones when, because of this movement, periodically, we'll have a translation in the contact of neighbors, the 8, but is not uniform, is not homogeneous. the neighbor from here, and from here, and there, and the neighbor in up and down, will take this translation movement more than others. So we'll have two zones, one zone with lower gravity, so big rotation and slow translation, and one zone here, here, and there, up and down, with a lot of translation and not so much rotation. But this zone will change periodically because of him, because he will touch only tick, 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 tick with a certain frequency. We will touch the neighbors, and so we'll create a certain frequency of a stuck light, of a stuck gravity, of a stuck lateral movement, of a stuck precession, and his frequency is the frequency of light he can create, this lepton. So every additional ball in the system will create a lateral movement, a periodic lateral movement, and this is electromagnetism. And he'll create a decreasing speed, the rotation towards him. So here, this one will turn, he will rotate with higher speed than this one, and this one will rotate with higher speed than this one. In concentric layer, you have a different speed of rotation, but for the moment he is the only new lepton in the system, the only boson of Higgs. He become a lepton, like that, in the middle of this structure. He create magnetism, electromagnetism, and gravity only by his existence in the system, in the middle of balls rotating in different direction. And we can say the speed of rotation of 8 neighbors for moment, the speed of rotation of all 8 neighbors is not the same, because it periodically change. I told you to create electromagnetism, but periodically is the same. So he will not move from here, because periodically everyone, they move, but he will come back. He move, but will come back. He will stay in the same zone, and this zone, it's the weak force, the prison, when the prison where he will stay between them. You see, he turn only because I do that. He will start to turn. The prison of him, it's the weak force. He cannot go outside of this zone. But if we put another one in the system, you see, we have this one, and we'll put here another one. You have one here and one here. You see, now you have 2 leptons in the system. But the speed of this one and this one, I already say the speed, periodically the speed of this one and this one for moment is the same. When we put it's vice versa. The speed of 4 periodically is the same. When we put another one in the system, because of him, the speed of this one and this one, it's less than this one and this one. The speed of 2 of here is higher than the speed of 2 of here, the speed of rotation. So, because of that, he will, the deformation and the liberty of movement of this one will increase in this direction, and periodically will change the place with other neighbors in the system, and with the speed of rotation, the wave of him arrive to this one, and the 2 rotation speed for neighbor from in this direction and four neighbors in this direction will have different speed, and it will change the place too. So the two electrons in the end will come together, will form like a cloud of leptons. Only because the rotation speed of neighbors between them it's lower than the neighbor opposite of the others. And this phenomenon, we call this phenomenon gravity, but the gravity it's already it's already in the system before you put another one. The one lepton, additional lepton, will create gravity and electromagnetism without the others, but we don't know. But when we put the second supplementary lepton in the system, the two leptons will approach, and we call that gravity. And the two will create the zone with different translation and rotation, how I explained in this book. And these two zones we call electromagnetism. So the additional leptons with neighbor rotating in opposite direction, we can have many configurations. We can have three and 3. We can have 4 and 2. It's not stable, you see. He will easily go out from in this configuration, but we can have, maybe we can have 4 and 1 like that, you see, like that. He turn only because to do that he will turn. And in the end, when you put a lot of additional leptons in the system, we know because we have the space, they share this space. In the end, 7 balls will be blocked in one proton. 2 plus 2 plus 3, it's U plus D. It's the celebre quarks U. You see them here. Where? UUD, you see, 7. The 7 quarks stacked together in the middle plane will form the proton. And he will form like the snowflakes. You see, when you transform something in one system in a solid, a crystallization, a crystal, something liquid become a solid, or something something is the same phenomenon for gas and liquid. Is the same thing, because you have you need energy to transform solid to liquid, and you need energy to transform liquid to gas, and you need energy to transform gas in the void, in the empty, and vice versa. When you transform something, the empty space, the Higgs boson, in one lepton, a part of energy will transform in translation energy for gravity and electromagnetism. Sorry. And when you stacked 7 of them in one proton, all this energy, and we will stack in one proton all this energy. You see here one proton. It's like that. It's something in middle, like that. They are stacked. All the energy of rotation of every Higgs boson will transform in translation energy in the system, light, because when periodically electromagnetism periodically change the rotation and translation of neighbors for this one and for this one, when they get because of gravity, or because of, in our world, because of all reaction, all translation movement, and will have an impact between them. A part of this energy of translation stuck here will go in the system. This is the light. We can have many configurations to create light. I told you 3 and 1, 2 in one direction, 1 in other direction, 2 in different direction, 2 in different direction in this plane, and in the second plane here, 1 in one direction, 1 in other direction. And when they are stuck together, or when they rotate differently, only because of this, watch what happened. I take this one. This is 2 Higgs boson stacked in 1 proton, and because the contact is 1, you have one kind of rotation. Because the contact with 2, you see, completely different speed of rotation. So this little vibration will create a rotation. They don't slide. You cannot slide them. They only can change position and will create rotation. So this linkage between protons stuck, they don't rotate anymore, but they can change the plane. Because of this, he will not stuck the entire system, the entire universe. The proton, the hydrogen will not stuck. He'll have a movement like that, and with this little movement periodically like that, he'll let all the leptons around, he'll continue in different kind of structures to rotate. And it's a professor in Swiss, Professor Grimaud. He do a wonderful, magnific book. He deserves a Nobel Prize. I talk with him. He don't believe in my theory. It's not a problem, but his work is wonderful. He described perfectly this network, this lattice, all the kind of configuration you can have. The only thing I add is in this configuration they rotate. He tried to explain with the force, but he not need the force. Only thing you need is this kind of rotation between the Higgs boson stacked in 1 proton and the Higgs boson. They continue turning. If you lose all your rotating energy, you cannot transmit the light. All the atoms are black holes. All the black holes, the time and the light not exist in one black hole. In one atom, the atom cannot have a time because they don't rotate. The speed of light is 0. For lepton, the speed of light is his speed of rotation, and the frequency of light is the speed of changing poles. So every bulb in the system, he can transmit the light only by his rotation. No rotation, no light, no time. And rotation and time is same thing. In my theory, the concept of force and mass disappear. The only thing it rests is concept of time. So the Higgs boson in the perfect structure will turn with the maximum speed, is the speed of light in empty space. And where we have the matter, the protons, the leptons together, because the leptons will go, they like to stay around the matter. And when you have all the leptons, all the electrons, all the protons, we'll have a decreasing speed of rotation. We can create the light, a lot of lateral movement, a lot of precession of translation energy, but the speed of transmitting this energy will decrease, and when it's decreased enough, will stack together to form another protons. So it like you when you create the snowflakes, it's always the new structure will have the very precisely forms, like Mendeleev feel it and explain. We have the periodically structure forming, and this structure will always be the same, and the arrangement of leptons around this structure will always be the same. The electrons, so the electrons are Higgs boson with neighbor rotating in opposite direction. For this reason, he'll periodically change the poles, but the Higgs boson with neighbor rotating in opposite direction, we don't know they are there. We only see the black holes. In fact, we only see the leptons, because this one, they are stable, they don't transmit lateral movement. So around the leptons, we'll not see the Higgs boson in the perfect cubic structure. We'll see only always the leptons, this movement of transmitting energy and information to others. All the sensors in the world detect the leptons, the lateral movement, the light, the electrons, etc. And if the structure around the new atoms, I call it it's favorable. It's a structure easy to change the place with neighbors. This is electricity. Will periodically change the place, they rearrange, and in the end, with the speed of light, in the other side, we have a supplementary lepton. We call them electricity, or electrostatic, or a lighting. They periodically change the place in the deformed structure, because in the perfect cubic structure it's very difficult with 8 neighbors to change places. The lepton is there, but will not change places with the neighbors. But if around the matter we have leptons like that, we'll change the place only with neighbors with same energy with him. So they will change the place periodically like that, and this path of changing place we call orbitals. Periodically they change place, and in the end we see this beautiful structure, the orbital of leptons. So we can have orbital of leptons, we can block Higgs boson in the matter, and to be blocked, they will create the beautiful structure. When you will block, for example, 1000 Higgs boson, it's a only arrangement like a snowflake, and this is gold atom, for example. It's a rule to be stuck together. They not stuck aleatory like in model of atom now. They will not stack the protons, the Higgs boson, the protons, and the neutron will not stack like that. Not like that. Will stack in the very precisely form, and this arrangement will create the atoms. And it's a rule. It's a rule because every plane will turn in opposite direction. And this rule is very, you take the cubic structure, you take the a stability axe of stability, and around this axe we can put in two direction, we'll put precisely cis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, you will put 6 here, and we'll put another 6 here. For example, 4 with 6 and 6 with 6 and 6 will be argon, a symmetric perfect structure. Everyone like that, in fact, is 7 plus 7 is 14 Higgs bosons stacked together, every magnet in the system. So when you have 6, it's too much, sorry, was to be good, it's like that. 18 complex proton neutrons. In fact, 18 structure like this. 7 another 7 together will form a complex. This is one complex, but we can put one more here. You see, they will turn together. It's always a complex of protons of neutron. 7, 7, 7, 21. 7, 7, only 40. And we can put them together like this, and in the end we'll have the precisely form on every atom. For example, this one is the gold, this one is the argon, but you can construct all the Mendeleev table. And very, very important, why you cannot put another layer here? Because he'll auto-destruct. It's not stable. To be stable, he needs to be like this. And when you put here cis and cis here, they will decrease the rotation speed of Higgs boson here. So the next instability will be here. And because the next instability is here, around 2, you will put 8. Around 8, we will put precisely 14. And around 40, we put precisely 20. And so we will obtain all the periodic. And you can go on until black holes. So I hope you understood something. And I hope in the end I bet all on Sabine Ossenfelder. I hope in one day she will take a look at this theory. I don't need to be convinced. I know it's very bad. I consider superior, etc. But for 10 years, if me was not convinced of my theory, I will already stop a long time ago. So I'm convinced 100% of my theory, and all the people saying this is stupid, etc. Sorry, but I cannot. I don't give a fuck. I just try to convince others I'm right. Is the truth, and I hope in the end, I hope to do this. And one more time, Sabine, thank you for the big hurt in YouTube. I love you all, and I hope one day the army proton will be bigger than now. Now it's only me. Thank you.